Xbox or PlayStation? That is the question. Hello everyone, GalacticStorm here, welcome to the show, and today we are going to be comparing these two new systems that are going to be coming out in November. The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series. I'm not going to call it the X or S because they're two different systems, but hey, I'm going to make a quick comparison, see what you like, see what you don't like, and you can make your pick from there. So anywho, let's begin, shall we? So, we are going to be looking at the specs first between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and the RTX 2080 Super, which is one of the things for the computer. I forget what it's called, but anywho, we're not here for that. When it comes to the specs in that, the Xbox Series X is the one that is going to be leading this one. Teraflops is a lot better at 12.2 compared to the 10.3 at the PS5. Shaders is a lot more for the PS, or not for the PS, but for the Xbox. CUs, Xbox. L2 cache a little bit more, but it has the same memory storage and all. And for the SD and that, I heard it's a little bit lower for the PS5. And I'm already hearing some rumors that PlayStation 5 is not going to be really good at loading up open free world maps, which is a bit terrifying if you're a game designer in that too, because PS5, while this thing had decent specs, it runs really well, but with the Xbox Series X, it is, I would say, taking a commanding lead when it comes to specs on this one. We're ignoring the S because that's more downgraded and such. So let's go look at the prices, shall we? So when you go to the prices, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are literally the same. But when you look at the Xbox Series S and the digital edition of the PS5, there is a huge difference. While yes, the PS5 digital edition is the same as the PS5, except it doesn't have a disk drive in that, the Xbox Series S is much smaller when it comes to resolution, and that it's not as the powerhouse like the X is, but it works with the modern TVs that we have now. I mean, do you see anyone with a 4K or an 8K TV? That's pretty expensive right now, but I could see the TVs going lower in price after a few years. But when it comes to prices with the S, it's $299 plus tax. With the PS5 digital edition, it's $100 more. So when it comes to all this, the Xbox Series wins on this one yet again. But what about games? No one cares about specs and that. They just want to care about the games. Let's look at that next. Now, when it comes to the games, this is where the PS5 wins at. And I put an arrow where Hogwarts Legacy is. I didn't do the research in time. I found out that it's both available for Xbox and PlayStation when it comes out. But yeah, the PS5 has a lot more better games when it comes to that. They have God of War, they've got Uncharted, they've got The Last of Us, they've got Spider-Man, and the games that are coming out too, especially Horizon, Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, Ratchet & Clank, and a new God of War that's coming out, and Final Fantasy. The reason I put Final Fantasy there is it's gonna come on Xbox first. Now, the Xbox, they have been ratcheting up when it comes to their games. They have a lot of new, what looks like really cool indie games in that, but, you know, they're not well known until we play them. And we've got Psychonauts that's coming in from the Xbox. We've got Fable. We've got Hellblade 2, which I've heard that had a lot of good reviews in that. And there are some newer games that are coming out, but we just haven't seen them yet. And Halo Infinite was supposed to come out, but unfortunately, that's been delayed till next year. So that is going to really hurt the Xbox when it comes to prices and that. Or not prices, but selling in that wise. So when it comes to games, the PlayStation wins on that. Anywho, in conclusion, the Xbox Series X is winning when it comes to specs and when it comes to pricing. While it does have the $500 when it comes to the X version, the S version is cheaper, $200 cheaper than that of the X. While compared to the PS4, you have $500 and $400. But when it comes to games, the PS5 wins on that for now. But as for when it comes to sales and that, people are saying, or sources are saying, that the PS is going to be winning on that part too. As for how much, I don't know. But in the long run, maybe Xbox will give a run to its money in that. But we really don't know on that either. But for me, I'm going to be getting the X because, I'm just an Xbox person. While I do love PlayStation and I was born and raised on PlayStation, I just had somewhat of a sour mouth or taste when it comes to the PlayStation 4, and it's when I'm downloading in that, and it just stinked. But I really loved their story campaigns and that, their games and that. So yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And until then, GalacticStorm saying, keep charging, bitches.